Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new video. This week on the Magic Roundabout we've got a Dinky Toys Royal Mail post wagon. This is quite an old one, this one, so we're going to give this a sympathetic restoration. Okay then, as you have a quick look at this going round, as usual, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thanks very much for joining us on this journey, and welcome back to my old friends, old faithfuls. Thanks again, chaps and ladies and gentlemen, shall I say, for tuning in. Right, enough said. Let's get this off the Magic Roundabout and have a look at it. Here we go then. Let's have a look. It's quite old, this one. It's the second edition, but it's still an old edition. The original edition had open windows at the back there, and then they revised it and put closed windows in. Don't know why, but it's still an old one. It's got the flattened axles both ends, and that is holding the chassis together. Okay, so there's no rivets in the bottom of here. Like I say, it's seriously play worn. It's got both the lights, which is good. That's one of the reasons why I picked this one, and it's got the full mud guards. Okay, because some will get broken, the lights get broken off, and the mud guards get broken in the corners. So here we are. Now, I was trying out a way of getting these uncrimped, if you know what I mean, because some of these are quite hard to get off. These flattened axles, quite hard to get off. So what I did, I got in the big boys, got the pliers and the mole grips, and I found you get a lot more purchase with the mole grips. I basically gripped the flat end there, then they got a mole grips on the other end, and just slowly squeeze together. It's not pretty, but it will flatten back out again. Yeah, and it gives you enough room then to pull the axle out. This front one was bent, as you can see, and then it releases the tires and wheels, hubs or whatever. Same with the back one. A lot of people cut these out and they put a thinner, more pliable material in its place, one that will squeeze a bit easier. So I got this out now. I got them as tight as I could, so I couldn't. No, this bugger's not coming off, is it? I squeezed as little as possible. I didn't want to snap the end off and make the axle too short. As you can see, I'll get a bit closer. I just squashed it together enough to get it out. That's the other end. That's how it was. So I just squeeze it in there with the old molars or something with a heavy purchase on it. Because you wouldn't do it with standard. I tried it with standard pliers and I can't get enough purchase on it. So this is bent as well, that he's doing. This was bent when I got it. So anyway, enough of that. And then the chassis just comes out underneath the plate, base plate, whatever. You see, it's got posts there where they go through, and it holds the plate in. Pull that out. Plate's okay. Pretty straight except for this bit here. I'm going to straighten that out. Bit of a quick tweak and see what happens. Here we go. It's a bit straighter. If you're using pliers on something like this, you should be careful that you don't overdo it a little bit. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. It's always, I mean, I haven't done it on this one. Is to put some tape on your grips there to stop this indentating, making marks. because it will, on the soft material, I'll leave lines. What I'm going to do is get a pair of pliers and grind off the ridge there. I've got a spare pair somewhere. Anyway, that's those. That's the plate. There's your tyres. These will be 15mm smooth. Actually, the tyres are in quite a good condition. I don't know if they've been replaced. They might have done at one time. So we'll get the tyres off here. That looks like a fairly new one, that one. There you go. So that's the tyres and hubs. Separated axles, and this is the casting. It's quite weighty. Quite a bit to it. It's quite strong. Yeah, so we've got the rad. Got to do a bit of masking on this, chaps. Ladies and chaps. We get it all painted red first. And then we'll mask off the red. I've measured that distance from there to there, and luckily it's the width of a piece of masking tape that I've got, so that's okay. The only tricky bit is you've got to step down there to below the door. It's black below the door, and all this is black here, and that little bit there is black there, so that's going to be interesting. And if I remember correctly, which way around it, some is right, I think that is in black and that is in the GR's in gold. One or the other way around, I can't remember, but we've got that to do. That's it's raised, so we might be do a bit of dry brushing to bring that out. So we'll have a look. So now we get it stripped. Go in the stripper. These wheels will go in the stripper because they're pretty good. These are solid. These they'll be all right in the stripper then. Straighten the axles out. All right, let's get cracking. Clean up time on the old Royal Mail van. Came out quite nice. Caustic sodaed it. Quite clean. These old dinkies of paint don't hang about long on there. They come straight off. So that's okay. That's the body. Base. Hubs. They come out alright. No problem with them. No pitting. So that's it. So now, got the old Wizard on the old go. The old Wizard. I don't think they make these anymore. Black & Decker Wizard. I had this years and years and years ago. I think this came out before the Dremel did, actually. Anyway, got a new brush on it. We'll give it a blast. There we go. Coming up nice. Coming up nice. Yeah, this will work. It's a bit windy today. You can hear any noise, that's the wind. I've got the door open today. It's not a bad day, just a bit windy. The difference. Look at that, look. So that dog's on the move. You don't like the Dremel. You don't like the Wizard. Yeah. Get out. It cracks me up when it catches and spins out there. Yeah, that's going to come up nice, isn't it? Like I say with this one, I'm going to do a sympathetic restoration. I'm going to keep it as is. The only thing you've got to watch with this Wizard, it's got a lot of torque on it. It's quite powerful really, and it's on its lowest speed. And it's quite powerful. Right, I'm going to carry on with this then. And then we'll catch you in a bit when it's all cleaned up and I've got a coat of primer on it. In a bit. Just before we go into primer, just to remind you to clean your casting up before you go into primer. I use methylated spirits. You can use acetone, whatever. Clean it up. So I'll just get it on a bit of rag. And the other side of the camera. And just give it a clean up. Once you've done this, it's best not to touch it with your fingers afterwards. There's plenty on here, so just a matter of getting the crap off. Some people, you can put it in a bath of methylated spirits or acetone, brush it on, whatever. It evaporates fairly quickly anyway, so there you go. So we do that with the base and everything else. And what I do with my hubs is a cocktail stick, bit of electrical tape, and then put the wheel on, a bit more tape, give a gap, and you can spray that and it won't fall off. It's a cheap way of doing it, easy way of doing it. Cocktail sticks, fantastic things. Electrical tape, always handy to have some of this, always handy, always worth it. Don't use it for masking, but you can use it for everything else. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'll let you know that, and then we'll get into the primer. Alrighty then. Right, that's the old post office, GPO, whatever, Royal Mail van. It's got the red paint on it. Now I'm just been masking up for the black. Because it's got black across the bonnet, black running boards, and on the back there, and the black roof. Now, I've done this bit because, to be honest, this is very difficult. It's very tricky. There's quite a lot to do because there's a step here, a step down there, cutting around there, going over the top. There's quite a bit to do. Get around this wheel arch. So it was a fiddly job to get this right. As you can see, black comes over that wheel arch, in there, on that step, and up and over, and all this is black. So I thought I'd show you how it looks before I finish it off. This is where you're gonna, this is not a beginner's job, to be honest with you. It's a bit tricky getting all around the wheel arches and stuff. So I'm gonna now finish off covering that red in and then get some black on it, and we'll hopefully it'll be okay. All right, luckily on this band width here, there's a ridge on the bonnet there and down the other side, so that's exactly the same width as this bit of masking tape, 6mm. So that was lucky. That was the only bit I had, and obviously along the roof gutter in there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to carry on finishing that off, and I'll get back to you when it's blacked out. Okay then, that's it all painted, masking tape removed, lacquered and dried. The Royal Mail in black and the insignia in the gold on both sides. This was tricky to do, especially with my dodgy eye. So there you go. Now we've got to put it back together again. So I'll let this dry off thoroughly, because that's still a little bit wet, that. So I'm going to leave this for a bit, and then we'll get the axles on and we'll get it back together. Okay, let's get this back together again then. Right, this goes in the inside like so, and correctly push it down. That's it. Okay, then the axles basically hold a plate on through that, and Where is it? Through here, I think, or somewhere. That's it. Through there. Got these wheels on. Put that in there. Put that in there. Now, we'll get the molars. Give these a tweaky. Not good, is it? Need to tighten these big boys up some more. Let me just hold that with that one. Stop it from moving around. Then hopefully we can, if you can see that. Gonna tweak that back. Yeah, that's got that one. Same with this one. Some of these are quite tight to squeeze shut. You've got to put a bit of pressure on. Do it that way. Oh, yeah, bugger. That's it. We're on. We're done. We are done. There you go. Finitoed. Right, let's get it on a magic roundabout and have a look at it. This is what we started with. Dinky Toys Royal Mail truck. As you can see, seriously play worn. So now we'll see what we ended up with. Have a look. Here she is, all done. Dinky Toys Royal Mail van. Quite an old one, this one. A sympathetic restoration. No extra details. As it was when Dinky done it. Yeah. Black lettering on Royal Mail, gold crest. Black roof and bonnet, running boards. Still red lights. Crimped axles. There you go. Okay then. Onwards and upwards. Thanks for watching. Best wishes to all. And I'll catch you with another video next week. Bye for now.